Match day 11? Already? Oh my god, time flies. Welcome back to another Premier League prediction video. And a no week of 12:30 kickoffs again. That's a bit bizarre. Obviously TNT can't have a game every time, but they do have a game. 8 o'clock, Liverpool Aston Villa. At least I won't miss that game after getting back from the Derby game. I've said game too many times in a sentence there. Let's go on to Brentford against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they have had a good start. No one, and I mean no one, would have predicted Bournemouth to beat Man City. I got the right scoreline, just the wrong way round. So, credit where it's due. Yeah, I did somewhat get the Bournemouth game correct, even if it wasn't the same way round. At least I didn't go with like 4-1 to City, otherwise I would have looked like a mug that's just been smashed in a china shop. Anywho, Brentford, I'm surprised how they've stopped scoring in the first minute. It was like on their pre-order package, same day delivery of Amazon, and now they've decided to just get it delivered when they want it. With Brentford, they're just taking it easy now. Score 3 games in a row the first minute or so, and then they decide to shut up shop for the first 45 minutes, it seems like. And credit to me for the Brentford-Ipswich game. I got I think it was 5-2, and it was 5-3 to Brentford, or something like that. So, to get that almost spot on, I'm going to have to give myself a round of applause. But not obviously now. But when it looks back at the Premier League season, this match day 10 will be one of the match days I look back at and see that I almost got a couple of predictions right that could have got me those crucial points. But yeah, Brentford, I'm going to give them the edge. And I'm going to give them a 3-2 victory. The Cherries will unfortunately lose. They've beaten Arsenal, they've beaten Man City, but they were both at home. Home would be a different story for me, but away, I don't think Bournemouth have it. Because their support, for a small stadium, their support is electric. I haven't been, but on the TVs, it's always electric. Losing 1-0 to Chelsea at home, beating Arsenal 2-0 at home, beating Man City 2-1 at home. They're good. They're just not good on the road too much. Crystal Palace against Fulham up next. At the time of recording this, when I pre-recorded them when I was in Spain, Crystal Palace was a team that had already got their first win against Tottenham, and when I did the Crystal Palace Wolves prediction and said that I thought Crystal Palace would get their first win, it turned out to be a 2-2 draw. Crystal Palace had already got their first win. This time, Crystal Palace don't stand a chance. I'm going to go 3-0 to Fulham. I'm expecting big things from Emile Smith-Rowe on that game, because I feel he will tear it up and it will be really good. West Ham against Everton up next. Well, let's just say the one week I believed in Everton, they lost. Let's go back to not believing in Everton. They might actually win. So if you are an Everton fan, let me know down in the comments, and I will keep on going against Everton so you have a fighting chance. Because it looks like I've got the Everton curse with whatever I predict never happens. West Ham have also been a bit shaky, winning 2-1 against Manchester United, getting Erik ten Hag the sack. Erik ten Hag wins 2 trophies in 2 seasons, still gets sacked. Hopefully it didn't give Edu any ideas. Oh wait, he left himself. I was going to say, if Edu had stayed, I hope it wouldn't have given him any ideas to sack Mikel Arteta for some bizarre reason. You've won no trophies, so get out my club, or something like that. That would be very, very harsh. But yeah, let's focus back on West Ham and Everton. Everton, they've been decent. They'll score 1 goal. Will it be the winner? No. It'll be a 2-1 victory to West Ham. Back-to-back 2-1 victories at home for the Hammers against the Toffees. They're going to hammer the Toffees more than I hammered a toffee when trying to get my tooth out. And then we move on to Wolves against Southampton. Another game that can help. Wolves will win this in 10 matches just like Ipswich. I'm starting to feel sorry for them because I don't think they have a chance to stay up anymore. Wolves used to be a team that was in the Europa League semi-finals, just losing to Sevilla, who would go on to be the champions in that year. But it's just becoming sad how, unfortunately, a team like Wolves have fallen off. They've lost their key players, and it's just becoming a bit sad. Will they win this game? I believe in them. I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory. And then we move on to the Seagulls against the Empty Head. Well, at the Amex Stadium, Man City, they've been decent there. It's not as bad as the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where they've only won one game in their history at that stadium. But Man City, I hope they win. I really do, because they're winless in 3. That's the first time that's happened in 6 years. And that is a massive stat to say for a team like Man City. Even teams like Liverpool, who had a really good team, like prime 2019 Liverpool, even they lost occasionally, like 3 matches. The fact that it's took Pep Guardiola 6 years for his team to lose 3 matches in a row is crazy. And I think they're going to end that run. It's really hard. I've got on my notes 4-0. That's too harsh. I'm going to have to give it... I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory to Man City. And, yeah, I hope I haven't given them the commentator's curse on breaking their actual curse right now. But, yeah, I do hope that they do well. I mean, yeah, they got ripped up by Sporting, so they want to make a statement before Ruben Amorim goes to join Manchester United, and then they get ripped up in the Manchester derby, if that's possible with the players Manchester United have. There's more chance of pigs flying than Manchester United beating Man City. And watch me say that, and then Manchester United absolutely smash Man City in the Manchester derby weekend. Oh, good things happen, don't they? Liverpool against Aston Villa. This is a tight one. And it's tight because I'm going to go 3-2. And this is the reason why. I just feel Aston Villa and Liverpool, they're both up there. Just like Nottingham Forest. Just like Man City, if they break their losing streak. That it could be really good. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, they're not going to stay there the whole season. And I'm a Derby fan, but I do have to give credit to Nuno Espirito Santo. It's not every day you see a Derby fan complimenting the style of football they have at Forest. Murillo is a good centre-back. Chris Wood is doing wonders in my fantasy team. Yeah, fantasy team. I was about to say, FPL or fantasy team. I call it fantasy team. Let me know down in the comments below if you call it fantasy team or FPL. And yeah, I've also got Virgil van Dijk and Emi Martinez. And if there is a penalty, give it to Mo Salah. Let him miss, so people in my league miss out on points because of a penalty missed. I get points for the Emi Martinez save, even though they concede 3 goals, which would take away a point automatically. And let's move on to Sunday the 10th of November. Manchester United against Leicester. I actually believe in Manchester United for once. Yes, it's crazy scenes. But do I actually? Leicester are decent. They really are. They've had a decent start. But will they beat Manchester United? Possibly. But will I predict that? No. Manchester United will win? No, they won't. Manchester United will draw 1-1. And then we go on to Forest against Newcastle. Forest will win 2-0 at home, with hopefully Chris Wood scoring against his former club, because then I would be over the moon in my fantasy team. And then we've got Spurs against Ipswich. Ipswich. We listen 10 games. You've got Ed Sheeran saying, "Ooh, I hate this when you do it like that. We're going to get relegated." Ed Sheeran's crying in a ball. I mean, yeah, Ed Sheeran's your only fan, mate, so Portman Road, the tractor boys, the tractor's broken down. And I thought Manchester United have been torn apart. Ipswich, bless them. They've got a draw against Aston Villa. They've got another draw against, I think it was Brighton. and maybe Fulham, I can't remember. And then apart from that, they've got nothing to show for themselves. They're going to go back down. Their fairy tale story, like Luton, was good, but unfortunately, they're going to go back down and be the normality of the Championship. Meanwhile, Norwich are going to stay in the Championship, and we're going to get an East Anglia, finally, another East Anglia one. And I'm saying finally like it's only been a year, but I just love those games. They're like one of the best rivalries in the UK. And Ipswich getting promoted, I didn't want them to get promoted. I wanted someone like Leeds to get promoted, so we'd see multiple teams go down. Because Leicester will probably stay up, and if Leeds has got promoted instead of Ipswich, Leeds will probably stay up, which means we won't just have a yo-yo up and down, relegated, promoted. On the other hand, I'm going to go 4-0. Sorry, Ipswich, you're going to get battered, and I just can't say no. And then you got Chelsea against Arsenal. It's time to meet Arsenal v Chelsea. Chelsea are not going to stand a chance. I tell you that. I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 victory. That is it for today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And also leave your predictions down in the comments. And once again, Crispy Bacon Army, you are the best fans.